Hello, everybody. This is She Said. I hope you can hear me. Um, I am at an appointment and I'm really, really, really early because I didn't want to be late. And I stopped to get myself some breakfast. So I just wanted to talk to you all. Just say, hey, how you doing? And I'm sure I'll find something to talk about because, I'll be talking. I don't really, honestly, I don't talk all the time. It's something that you may not know about me is that I am a very shy person. I was born shy, got picked on because I was shy, all that kind of stuff. So I had to come up out of my shell, find my own voice. And now people don't like me because I talk too much and they don't want to hear what I have to say. But I was picked on because I wouldn't talk. Yes, that was me. I was a little kid, and if I didn't have anything to say, I wouldn't say it. And then it was taken wrong, like I was mentally ill or something, or because I did. My mom took me to a place. See, I was a little kid, and I don't really remember. I was in about the second or third grade, and they put this goop in my head and put these little electrodes and stuff all over my head. That's what I call them, little wires or whatever. And they were measuring brain waves and all this stuff. I guess that's what they were doing. And they would ask me questions, and then they would flash lights in my eyes and stuff like that. I could have had a seizure. Glad I don't have that problem because I guess that's what they were trying to figure out. Was there something wrong with me? Because when I was in school, I would daydream a lot and I wouldn't have a whole lot to say. And the teachers would always say, oh, she's just the sweetest thing. She is so sweet. I have no problems out of her. And people didn't understand the way that I learned. I know how I learn now. But they couldn't figure out how to get to me. And so I guess I was labeled don't care, don't know, don't care. But anyway, I'm good. Have some water. So um, now I I try to be around people who support me and who understands that everybody is not the same. People, a lot of people want you to be like them, and them the people I don't want to be like. I don't want to be like them because first of all, they're rude, they're ignorant, and they don't know that they're ignorant. And so they try to project onto you what they think you should be and who they think you should be. And that's not fair because everybody is different in some kind of way. Now, you might meet your twin in the world and y'all might not look anything alike, but you act alike, and everybody tell you, "Oh, y'all act just alike." Oh my goodness, da, da, da. I don't know how y'all get along. Y'all act so much alike, and a lot of people who do act alike, they they don't get along. I'm not gonna say that they hate each other. They can't stand each other. They just see themselves in that person. So I'd be like, "Oh, you act just like me," and I don't. That's the part of me that I don't like, or whatever. So it is what it is. Oh, and I use my Majimajums again. Yeah, to wash my hands because I'm getting ready to have some breakfast, which I don't normally eat anymore because my life is revolving. It's constantly changing. And yes, I'm gonna eat in front of y'all, and I'm gonna ask y'all to have breakfast with me. You have breakfast with me, okay? You pray over your food before you eat it, cause while you're on your way to eating it and all that kind of stuff, cause you might forget. And everybody is not clean and wholesome and all that kind of stuff. So it would behoove you to pray over your food, okay? So being that I pray over my food before when I'm getting it, when they end up preparing it and all that kind of stuff, I feel like I'm covered, and I believe God has covered me. Okay. Pepper, pepper, pepper. All right. Oh, this has maple something on it. Maple sauce, maple. Smells mapley. Tastes mapley. Okay. Well, anyway, this is a chicken bacon croissant. Cause when I went there, they said they didn't have any potatoes and they didn't have any sausage. Supply chain issues? Could be. Somebody forgot to order? Could be. Somebody wasn't paying attention? Could be. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna eat. Oh, you wanna see it? That's what it looks like. Chicken, bacon, and that's the croissant. It's a square croissant. Okay, well, I'll have some. What do y'all want to talk about today? I don't know. Something that I was doing yesterday. Yeah, some of y'all have seen that the one video, part one, where I had to get off and answer my phone. And I'm glad I did. I apologize for that, but I'm glad I did because it was a phone call from somebody that I really wanted to hear from because I wanted to make an order. And they called me back in the middle of me doing my recording. So I'm thankful for that. But then I did a take two. I did a part two of that. And I went on for a long time. But anyway, y'all know me and I pray y'all forgive me. But I finished that, but it took me a long time to get it uploaded. So what was going on with that was that my phone was going low, so I plugged it in. I had to turn it off for a while, so it just I guess it just picked up where it came back. So I wanted to watch it because I did upload it, so I wanted to watch it. Was watching, and while I was watching, at least it had at least 7 views because I I wasn't I didn't start watching it until I think it said like 11 minutes after I had uploaded it. It said that it had been uploaded for 11 minutes, and I went in there and I watched it. And while I was watching, I would see I would see the numbers just rolling. And I think I got up to 7, which was very surprising to me. I was like, wow. Um, so I'm gonna say that the people who subscribed to me, they probably had the bell, hit the bell to note for notification, and they saw it and just went on and played it. Now I understand that some of my videos are long, some are short, and I understand that people don't have time to just sit there and watch an hour of me. So I appreciate people just turning it on and listening to it as they wash dishes, mop the floor, scrub the toilet, make the bed, whatever it is that they're doing, chase the kids around the house, or even sitting in the backyard watching the kids play while the video is playing. No, they may not have seen me, but they heard the message. And some people, like, I'm gonna confess my faults right here to y'all. Sometimes I'll have a video on and I'm doing all of this, that, and the other, and I leave the room because I can still hear it. And then I'll forget about it and I'll go into another room. I'll be putting laundry in and everything. That's like 3, 4 rooms away. So then I have to come back and I'm not going to say rewind, but that's what I do. I back it up and then listen to that part again. And then you're glad you did because you might learn something or you might see something if you're actually watching. And now when people are doing their garden tours and stuff like that, I don't like to just listen. I like to see because I don't know, some people just got it. And they just got it, and what's going on is that you're seeing these beautiful, lush, beautiful shades of green, and then you see the vegetation that's on it, the uh, the blossoms, the blooms, then the fruit pops on, and then you see red, green, gold, yellow, purple, all these colors of these fresh fruits and vegetables. And that reminds me, I have another zucchini that has gotten quite big in my yard. I'm gonna go get that thing, and if it's tough, and you can't eat, I'm gonna get them seeds. Yes, I am. I'm gonna get those seeds. Okay, time for another bite. I would encourage any and everybody that is gardening, or if somebody gives you food out of their garden, save the seeds. Why? Because if you be real with yourself, you will see that prices they have gone up and they're continually going up. I don't believe they're going to stop. So, what I'm saying to you is this could be your only way of getting food is by saving those seeds, clean them up, dry them up, put them in an envelope, write on there what they are, put a date on it, and you can plant those seeds for the next season, and then save seeds from that stuff. Plant those seeds from the next season. I think that what do they call that? Genetically modified, GMO. I think that's just a horrible thing that they've done. They genetically modified the food. That's why a lot of people are ill. That's why a lot of stuff doesn't come back. It's good for that one time. It makes it makes food, but it doesn't produce any seeds in it. I won't buy a watermelon that doesn't have seeds in it. I don't think, this is just me. I don't think we should be eating anything without seeds in it. Baby, read your Bible for yourself. Because I'll be paraphrasing because it's hard for me to get words sometimes. Y'all know I already told y'all about the COVID incident that I had. And it'll take me for the longest, and I gotta pray and ask God to make me speak clear enough for people to understand what I'm saying. Because a lot of times I feel like I'm just not really communicating very well. I may be to some, and some I may not, and some have learned to really listen to me, and people who know my heart know that I'm not going to be saying no goofy, crazy stuff in on purpose. I was going to say in person, on purpose. So, my first of the day, I think. I'm trying to get rid of that. I watch other content creators and they say too. I think that's just a a reflex that we have. But anyway, save your seeds, Save your citrus seeds. Even if citrus seeds don't grow in your area, if citrus trees don't grow in your area, I actually have a lemon and a lime tree. They're small. They put off beautiful little flowers a couple of times a year, but I've not gotten any fruit from them, and that's okay. I'm going to hang on to them as best I can. As long as I'm able to pick them up, lift them up, and put them in my house in the wintertime, I believe they'll be, I believe they'll be okay. But I would like to have the seeds. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I would like to have the seeds so that even if they don't grow in my area, we might have to put some seed, put them in a pack, bundle them up, whatever you do, and send them to a friend, a fellow YouTuber, uh, a friend that lives in another state where they have a more tropical type of climate so that they can grow them. So somebody can have some citrus, and maybe they would be like, oh, thank you so much. And I do have a little extra. So let me send some to you. Box them up and send them to you. You can have that vitamin C. And there is a thing called rickets. And if you it comes from not having enough vitamin C in your body. So that's another thing for you to research. I know what I'm talking about. I may not be clear on what I'm saying. You may not understand, but go research the disease or the condition of rickets and what it does to your body. Nobody wants to on purpose deny themselves of something that's going to hurt them. There are different kinds of citrus fruits that people can ingest to beat back rickets. It's not always an orange. Okay, there's different kinds of fruits like your lemons, your limes, your tangerines, your, they call them cuties, the little thing, the mandarin oranges, grapefruit. What is the one? It's a little bitty thing, and I've got some in the refrigerator. They're the orange color. They have a skin on them, just like an orange. The inside is very sour, but the rind part, the outside, is sweet, which is so different from me. Now I learned about these from Lead Farmer. I learned about them from him. That man and his wife, they'll get out there and they'll snap up something out of their garden and they'll just get to munching on it. And I'm like, wow, wow. I want to be able to do that. And I did do that one year with my blueberries. I didn't get very many blueberries, but I said I'm not going to let the birds have them. So I snapped them off and I ate them. And one of them was called a lemonade or something like that. Very good. Uh, Now, the I have a lot of animals in my garden. Well, they don't live in my garden, but they come to visit. And this year, I got one peach. Had a tree full of peaches, two trees full of peaches. I got one peach. I got like 7 or 8 of them that I picked off, and I took them to a friend at work. Next thing I did, I looked up. There was like 2 dried peaches on a tree. It was all dried up because they came and they had their fill. And what I don't want is for all those seeds that were dropped on the ground to grow up into peach trees because that means I'm going to have to dig them out. I wanted to pick them up, but sometimes, like I said, sometimes I just don't have the energy to do that. I can go out there and I see what's going on and make a plan in my head, And when I'm ready to do it, the grass is too tall, so I can't see them. So the guys come along and they cut the grass, and I can see them, and I'll pick up a couple of them, and I'm like, okay, I don't know how this is gonna work out, but I'm just believing God for His mercy and His grace, and for Him giving me wisdom as to how to get this done, because it's really strange how people will come to you and they'll ask you for something. Okay, they'll ask you for money, or they'll ask you, do you have something that I can have? And you tell them, if you pick up the trash around my property from the curb to the alley, from side to side, then I can give you this amount of money, or I can give you what you asked for. And they think that they're going to pick up around my house. And I said, no, this is my property from this street to this point over here, and from the front of all of that, all the way to the alley, everything picked up, all the trash picked up. Grown folk, they don't want to do it. It's nice when somebody gives you something as a gift, but if you come and ask me for something, you don't have to go work. My son has come back home from college, or he lived somewhere else. He lived apart from me because he wanted his own place. And he come back, Mom, can I get $20? I don't have any money. Blah 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 blah. Okay, cool. But you're not gonna get it for free. You're gonna go. You're gonna pick up the whole yard, and I mean from the front to the back, side to side. So he would do it, and I would give him his money. I don't understand why people don't want to work. Don't you get a sense of satisfaction from doing a job well? Some people do, some people don't. So that's how it is. But if you're gonna come and ask me for something that I worked for with my broke down body, you're gonna ask me for something and you want me to just give it to you? And then especially a man asking a woman, really now. I got a whole yard, and people have of late, people have been throwing glass bottles in my yard. Um, all kind of paper been blowing from everywhere, and sometimes people would just drop it. Now, if they see me, they won't. I remember a time there was like 3 or 4 young men, old teenagers, and they were walking down the street, and I was sitting on my back porch. I was sitting in a chair on my back porch, and the guy said, no, the guy didn't say anything. One guy, he just dropped his stuff, and I said, hey, wait a minute, Huck, come back here. I said, you picked that up. You don't be dropping stuff in my yard. And a lot of times people don't think it's my yard because they don't think that people have that much yard. The thing of it is, it's not, how do I put this? Regardless of what you think, even if you think it's not my yard, and why am I talking to you? Why am I saying anything to you about it? Somebody owns it. At one point in time, the biggest part of my yard, the biggest lot, was owned by a bank out in California. Yeah, I kept up with it. I sure did. because I desired to have it. I asked God for it. And I remember when God gave me the push, and it wasn't like I felt his hand, because many times I felt God's hand on me. Now, it wasn't like a push, but it was like I was I was loosed to go and ask about the property, and I got it. I mean, we would did this, that, and the other, and around the circle and come back, but I got it. Then people who did not believe in me asked me, "How did you do that?" Because I had asked them. I said, if and when, and more when I get this property, how much would you charge me? You charge me this amount for cutting my existing property. How much more? What's the total? And he said, well, I don't know. I said, I'll tell you what, we're gonna get out some paper and we're gonna write down, um, we're gonna write it down and see where we're at. And I think that was on the second piece of property. But this last piece of property, I told him, because he was like I said, well, wait a minute, hold up. So how about we double what you did, because this is more surface area for you to cut. So how about we do that? He said, well, that sounds right. That sounds good. That sounds good. Okay. So that's the agreement that we came upon. But that's a man that's always willing to work a full-time job, and does people's lawns on the weekend, during the week, before it's time to go to work, all that kind of stuff. But you got folks who, they don't believe in that. They don't think about your situation. They think all they're thinking about is, I want this, so I'm gonna ask. And I'm assuming that most of the time, people are giving it to them because they're really bold in asking somebody that they don't even know. You don't even know me, and you're gonna walk up in my yard talking about, hey lady, um, you got this, you got that. I'm suspicious. I'm suspicious. Don't know why you're asking me that. I got something else to tell y'all too, but I don't want to make this a super long video because I do have an appointment to be at. And I'm sitting outside the building now, way early. This little boy in my neighborhood, he lives about 2 or 3 blocks down. I don't know exactly where he lives at. And one time this little boy asked me, he said, excuse me, but can I cut your grass for you? Do you need somebody to cut your grass? I said, no, baby. I said, I don't need anybody. I got somebody to do that. Oh, okay. So he goes away. Next time I see him, he's saying, excuse me, but do you have a couple of dollars I can get so I can buy some food? I'm hungry. I don't like to see nobody hungry. I don't like to see nobody sick. I don't like to see nobody hurt. So I gave the little boy $4. I said, I think that's enough for you to go around the corner there to the corner store. And I don't know if they make sandwiches or anything in there, but you could ask them. He said, thank you. He got on his bike, he had the biggest smile on his face, and he was pedaling that thing. You know how you stand up and pedal? And I don't know where he went, and I don't know what he did. That ain't none of my business. After I give you something, it's not my business what you do with it. But you better believe God knows what you did with it. And you can either bless yourself, cause yourself to be blessed, or you can cause yourself to be cursed. Anyway, moving right along. Um, Food on me. Uh, the next time I saw the little boy was the other night. I am taking out the trash, and I'm gonna tell y'all a little something. I don't go nowhere without. You understand what I'm saying? I don't go nowhere without. So I heard before I left the house, I said, "Okay, Father, I want to get the trash out before it get dark. You know me, I be waiting till the last minute and da 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 da." And I'm just talking to him, and I said, "I want to get the trash out." So I started gathering the trash, and it was getting dark. It wasn't dark, and I took all but one bag because I didn't see the bag. Because I was, you know how you bagging up, bagging up, bagging up. You might have 2 or 3 bags because you go get them little bags out of the bathroom and in the bedrooms and stuff. So anyway, regardless of that, so I get my stuff together and I'm going to take the trash out. And I heard, don't take that with you." And I'm like, what? What? Ooh, who is this talking? Don't take that. Okay, Father God, I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna trust you for my protection while I'm out there. So this same little boy comes walking across my yard, and first thing I thought was, why are you in my yard, period? Because he came up on the garden side, and he walked up and he walked where I couldn't see him behind a tree. And so I put the garbage down and I went over to my truck and I did like this on the back of the truck so he could see me. You see me looking at you. He said, um, did he say, excuse me? He said something. He said, "Do you know that lady across the street? The lady that lives right over there across the street?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Do you have her number?" I said, "Yes, I do." He said, "Could you call her? I knocked on the door and she didn't answer." I said, "Her number is in my phone and I don't have my phone on me." And I was well aware of what was going on around me. I even saw that cat off to the right, the cat that was in the alley looking at me. Okay, I'm trusting God. And then he said, "Well, I cut her grass and she's not answering the door. I think she's scamming me." I said, "No, she's not that kind of lady. She wouldn't do that to you." "Well, do you have her phone?" I said, "I told you I got her phone number in my phone." "Well, can you call her?" I said, I don't have the phone on me." "Well, can you go get your phone?" I said, "I'm taking out my trash. I'm taking out my trash and I'm not finished." And he was talking, "Well, this and that and da 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 da. And I want to get paid and all that." I said, "Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you write her a note and put it in her mailbox?" I said, "And she'll get back to you." And he said, "Well, my dad wants me to get her number." I said, "Well, why don't you tell your dad to come down here and talk to her, knock on the door. If she doesn't answer, put a note in her mailbox so she can get back to you." This little boy was trying to be insistent, and I'm like, mm, mm. So I'm trying to keep my cool because I don't care who you are, you're not going to interrupt my peace. You're not going to disrupt my peace. I'm out here doing what I'm supposed to be doing for my household. I'm not doing anything to my detriment. Now, if you cut somebody's grass and you have a relationship with them, a financial business relationship with them, you should have their number. And I know he's a kid, but this little kid is not going to rush me out of what I'm doing for me to do something for him that he should have done, that his daddy should have taught him. Okay, now this is what I'm saying. Uh, Little boy had he's cutting grass, he's doing this, he's doing that. He's asking me for money for this, some food. One night he asked me for a ride. He said, "Can you give me a ride?" I said, "No, I'm going to do this and I'm parking my car and that's it." And he was like, "Oh, you sure you can't get?" I said, "I'm not giving you a ride." See, I don't, when you push up on me like that, you gonna get some pushback. I'm not the one you wanna play with. I will leave you in a cloud of dust. So anyway, back to the latest incident with this child. So he walked away. I went in the house, but when I got through doing what I was doing, because you sometimes labels come on your whatever you got, if and you want to tear that stuff up because people can get information off of that. And I was doing that, and I was throwing everything in the trash and blah 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 and all this. There we go. So um, I don't know where the child went, but I went in the door that I came out of, which was my back door. So he did not see me. Next thing I know, I done settled in, and somebody's ringing my doorbell. I believe it was that child. I don't know that it was him, but I believe it was. Could have been his daddy. It could have been a stranger. I don't know. But I wasn't about to answer. I don't answer my door like that. If you ever come to visit me, you better call first, because otherwise you will get your feelings hurt. And some people think it's cute to do a pop-up on somebody. Like, baby, you don't want to pop up on me. I remember the police came to my door. They were knocking on my door, boom, 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 boom. But see, my alarm had went off, and it surprised me because, I wasn't thinking. I was like, let me do this, let me put this up, let me do that. And so I had pushed the wrong code in. So they sent the police out because I'd pushed the emergency code. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. And I was talking on the phone to one of my friends, one of my YouTube friends. And I said, "You want to go with me to the door?" I said, "Somebody's banging on the door. I don't know what's going on." But I didn't go by myself. I didn't go to the door by myself. I don't go to the door by myself. And I was talking to the friend, and he said, "No, I'm gonna let you go." So I had to go to the door by myself. So if I started hollering and stuff, wouldn't nobody be able to hear me. But anyway, so I took and did what I had to do. I opened the door. I think I said, "Who is it?" Da da da, police department. Da 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 da. Okay, so I opened the door, and of course, I had my daughter down here where you couldn't see, and they were like, "Are you all right? Are you okay?" "Yes, sir, I'm fine, I'm fine." And they said, "Do you need us to come in and check?" I said, "No." I said, I've got, I got big sis with me. I'm gonna just say that. I got big sis with me. And they said, "Oh, put her down, put her down." So I said, "Okay." She's on the table. And I showed them my hands. And they said, "Okay." And they said, uh, "Well, your alarm went off." I, I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I must have pushed the wrong code. I was just trying to get that noise out of my ear while I was trying to do whatever." And they received that. They didn't fuss at me or anything. They didn't say, "Oh, next time you could put," no, they were very polite. And there was about 4 or 5 of them, and one of them was at the end of the porch looking back. I don't know where. There was like one on the porch, one on the sidewalk, and I think one was kind of standing in the yard a little bit. I really don't know, because that happened real fast. But I'm just saying, a word to the wise. If you don't know somebody's coming, don't answer your door. And if you know somebody's coming, be looking out. Look at your camera. Look at your phone. It's got that Ring camera XYZ on there and all that stuff, and you see who's in your yard and all. And another thing too, people use children. People use children to as a decoy. Okay, you see a hungry child, you're gonna go out there and be like, baby, come on, I'm gonna feed you. Da 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 da. What's your mama number? Let me call your mama. Let her know you over here. Whatever, whatever. Don't do that. Don't do that. People use that to get at you, to hurt you. Okay, I'm sure it's getting time for me to go in. I don't know because that you know we're talking and I can't see the camera, but I'm gonna gobble this down right quick. But be aware that people are not nice. People will do anything. You open the door, they can snatch you out your house and be gone, which they don't care about what's in the house. They take you and sell you on the black market, take all your organs out, or sell you into the sex trade, slavery, XYZ, whatever they got going on. And men don't think they don't want you too. You got perfectly good organs and stuff too, and they can sell you in the sex trade. People's crazy. I don't care how big you are, you can't take on the world by yourself. And I do not want to hurt anybody. I do not. I don't want to cause any pain or anything like that. But baby, if it's between you and me, guess what? Guess what? Oh, you already guessed it. Okay. All right. Just so you know. Just so you know. But just be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of people walking up on you. You in your own yard, minding your own business, and people want to come walk, and you got no trespassing sign. They gonna walk up in your yard anyway. Hey, lady, can I get $3? Can I get $1 for the bus? One day I had this. It was a brother and a sister. At least they said they were brother and sister. And the young man spoke to me and he said, "Ma'am, you got $1 so I can catch the bus? Um, I just need $1 so I can get on the bus. Me and my sister trying to go back home." And I'm like, okay. I said, "You stay right there." So I'm digging in my purse and I got out $4. I said, "Here's two for you and two for your sister." And I gave it to him. And yes, my daughter was sitting right next to me in the car. My daughter's name is, well, I got a couple of kids. I have one son. I got some godchildren, but I got kids. Okay. So took and gave it to him. And I saw him give his sister, he called her his sister, he gave her $2. So I said, okay, these kids were probably legit. They probably just trying to get home. So anyway, I don't do that for everybody. If I, you know how your hair stand up on the back of your neck or your arms or something like that, you got something ain't right here. Oh, I don't have time to talk to you right now. I'll see you later. Bye. I gotta go and take off. Cause see, they know they're not gonna get in my house, not like that. They're not gonna walk up on me like that. But they might catch me when I'm trying to get in my car. And a lot of times, people, they are walking around, and I'm trying to get to where I'm going to do what I'm doing, get in the house with groceries. And nighttime is not the night to do that. Nighttime is not the time to do that. If you can't get home before it's dark, I'm gonna tell you, just try to time it a little bit better so you can be in daylight where people can see you. Have something on you. Have something on you at all times. Okay, y'all. I love you. I want you to know that you are loved and cared for. And I speak Psalm 91 over you. I'm gonna go now. Y'all be blessed and y'all get out there and do some great things today, okay? All right. So I'm gonna choke this down so I can get in here. I don't want to be late for my appointment. I've missed appointments before. Okay. Love y'all. Bye bye.